Hey guys, welcome back to Friendly Hill. My name is Matt. Today I'm switching wedges again, guys. I got the 12-way back. If y'all saw that video, like back when I first got this machine, I had a 12-way, but the bottom two pieces were way too big. So Randy actually took that 12-way and cut it down so that those pieces will be small in the bottom, because that was my problem. So we're gonna try the 12-way, but the key with the 12-way is instead of using the wedge to hold it down, we drilled a hole in the bottom of the wedge and put a pin through it so that it shouldn't lift up. So if this works for the 12-way, that's an option I could do for the 8-way as well. But I'm really just trying to figure out what wedge works best for me. I really like the 6-way and the fact that I can get all small pieces when I split it, unless it's a big piece of wood. But the one downside I do not like about the 6-way is I can't split multiple pieces at once. So that was what was so great about that 8-way. If I had like a 6 to 8 inch diameter log, I could cut 3 or 4 times and split it all at once with the 8-way. Well, I can't do that with the 6-way. I tried it and it was just going through the holes and it didn't work. So I'm hoping with the 12-way, now that we've cut it down and we have a pin holding it down, that should be the ultimate wedge for small wood and big wood. Behind me I already have the tractor up here. We're just going to lift this 6-way out and put the 12-way in. So here's the 12-way, guys. So what we did is we cut these pieces down right here on both sides to make these pieces right here smaller. And you could see the pin. My shadow's in the way, but you could see the pin here. We just drilled a hole in there. Hopefully this will stop it from moving up. If that works for that, then I'll put a pin through the 8-way, and then I think I have my wedge, if this doesn't work better. First things first, guys, we're going to get this cylinder out of the way. It's just 2 pins. Alright, that's that. Now, I need to hook a strap to this to hook up to the tractor and pull it all out. It's okay. Alright, and then we'll hook my chain up. Wish I had a shorter chain, but I reckon this will work. There we go. Doing this by yourself is just a little bit more tricky. But I think if I just disconnect this right here, we should be good. I think I can handle the rest of it. Alright guys, all I gotta do is inch it now. So that's what we're gonna do. Slide it and inch it. And that's all she wrote. As you can see guys, I've learned from my experiences. That went really smooth. So that's what it looks like in there. Those bottom pieces definitely look better. These are gonna be smaller. This still kind of big, but hopefully it won't go any bigger than that. So all I have to do next is go down here and put my pin in that hole right there. You see that hole? Right there. They're all set up. The pin is in. You can see it right there, the red handle. So the hose lines came through here. I pulled these through around here. This is the hose line, and then I just have my cylinder sitting right there with the pins. Out of the way, no problem. That's one good thing I do like about this wedge more than the 8-way, is there will be no cylinder here. I like having it open because it's easier to reach in. This wedge should be the best wedge, but we'll see. The only big pieces are really right here and right there, but I plan to stay in this small section right here and we should be good to go. Alright guys, this is the first log. We're going to do 3 or 4 cuts and send it through. We'll do 4. This is a 4-inch log right here. Dang, that's pretty good. Well guys, it's official. We've reached the max potential of this YHT45T log processor. This 12-way is too much for it, that is for sure. I could keep pushing it and probably get through this wood, but I really don't want to break my processor trying to do something stupid like that. What's shame about this, guys, is this 12-way is making perfect wood. I mean, it's making exactly what I want. I mean, all the way down, it's making the wood I want. Obviously, these side pieces might get bigger once the logs get bigger, but yeah, that's just too much pressure for this YHT processor. I could keep hitting it and get it through, but I really don't want to test it. All right, guys, we finally got this thing unstuck. Oh my God, that was a problem. So the reason why this little log was having so much trouble is the wedge was trying to lift, and when the wedge was lifting, it lifted until it got to this one piece, and it was just too much pressure to split it. And what it was is that pin that was down below there was wedged against the metal, and there was no movement for this thing at all. This thing should have just a little bit of give for reasons like that. There was zero give, and that is what really screwed this thing up. Guys, it took me forever, but what I did is I put the cylinder back on and put as much downforce as it'll let me. It didn't even let me budge it barely. And then I took my Fiskar's axe, the backside of it, and I just hit out the pin, which took forever. But I got it out, and then I was able to use the cylinder to lift this baby back up to split it. Once I lifted it up, it split no problem. It's because there was nowhere for the wood to go, and it was just causing too much stress, too much pressure on my cylinder, and I wasn't willing to take a chance and try breaking it. So this isn't the way I wanted the video to end. I was hoping that 12-way was the end-all be-all, everything I wanted, but it turns out it's not. And I mean, I like to show this stuff to you guys because, you know, I don't want to blow smoke up your butt thinking this processor can handle a 12-way wedge. There's a lot of processors that companies don't even allow to sell a 12-way wedge on certain machines because they know they're going to screw them up. And I would say this is the same way. This thing's just not built for a 12-way. 12-way takes a lot of power, and obviously this is made out of Chinese metal, so it's not your thickest metal, so I really don't want to push anything. The way this wedge would work, though, is if I could use my adjustment cylinder to, you know, give it a little bit of relief so that doesn't happen again. The problem was that pin, once there was wood under it, it wasn't moving, and it was just, we're trying to force wood through such a small space, and it just wasn't working. I'm not willing to take a chance on my cross member and adjustment ram just because I think that 12A is just too much. It really is. And the 12A would still, even if I put it up with the cylinder and everything worked and all that good stuff, once I got to the bigger wood, it created another problem. So it's not worth the fight. It's not worth the chance of messing it up. So for the 12A, the 12A does not work with this processor. I would not recommend it to anybody because I could see how you could tear it up really quick. Softwood, there's a chance that it would work. But then again, guys, I want something that I'm going to use for all the wood. I don't want to have to change wedges because of species or size or anything like that. I just want to put it on the processor and go. That's why I'm so big on the resplit machine. I think it takes away a lot of prep work for the processor. If I could just run it all no matter what, no changing no wedges or anything like that. I might change my mind later on, but right now that's not the plan. So the 8-way with a pin is definitely not going to work. That would cause way too much pressure as well. So it looks like I'm working with a 6-way until I can build my own 8-way that will allow me to adjust with the cylinder. So anyways, guys, this is not a great ending, but I want to show you guys, I want to show you what this thing's capable of. I honestly think that splitter could actually split it, but I'm just not taking the chance, and I'm definitely not going to turn it up and try it. But I mean, that splitter has a lot of force. It's just there was just nowhere for the wood to go. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.